Because today's video isn't going to be about the game, but as if anyone that uses a computer knows, in order to be able to make a YouTube video, you need to be on a game for you to be able to click the share button. So today's video is going to be a review of, basically, I took a driving course. I was unaware who to go with. I was a complete noob. I never knew who to go with or what to do. I looked on the internet. After having a little scour around of a few companies, I decided that Car Captain looked okay. And one of the main reasons I wasn't concerned is because I was planning on doing a intensive guaranteed pass course, which would have cost me a couple of £1,000. I rung up Car Captain and they asked me what experience I had. I told them that I've got experience driving a forklift, and they recommended that I do 25 hours. Now, I heard a lot of, after paying the deposit, which was £150, I heard a lot of reviews and saw a lot of reviews that were quite negative towards the company. So I rang them up, and I was the person that answered the phone was the manager, and he was quite upset when he answered the phone. Some could even say in a rude manner, but I could understand why, because these reviews criticised his company, and he'd had a lot of it where people have read these reviews and they were very disappointed and disheartened by the fact that they put in the work that they do just to be given bad reviews, which they insisted could be by anybody. It may be even not anybody that's been on the course. So I carried on with it, pursued, and overall they were okay. They kept in touch with me. They congratulated me when I passed my theory test. They sent me a message before my practical test, which was today, which I passed, telling me good luck. I will say getting through to them on the phones at sometimes can be quite difficult, but overall it was really good. I mean, it wasn't too expensive. It was a little bit more expensive than if you went and bought lessons with an instructor, but you know, they also provided me with an app which I could have used for my driving theory, which was quite good. Yeah. And their instructor that they provided me with was a guy called Abdul. Now, Abdul was very good. He was a very good instructor, and maybe even after me doing all the lessons with him, also a friend, because he wasn't just an instructor. See, most instructors you meet, the one thing about instructors is, and I know this even not having no experience, is they want you to take longer, because then you get more hours, more lessons, and more money. At about 12, 13 hours, Abdul and me had a chat, and he insisted that I wouldn't even need the full 25 hours, that I could, ring up Car Captain, get them to change the invoice so that I could have less hours. So we went with the 20 hours. He was patient with me. He weren't afraid to pull, I mean, as you can imagine, that's what they're there for. They weren't afraid to pull me up when I was making mistakes. He made sure we went over the things I needed to go over. He was always there on time. Whenever, other than, imagine driving a car, sometimes you can be 5-10 minutes late. If he wasn't on time, he would always text me and tell me that he was in traffic, or, but he was brilliant, polite, great driver, great instructor, cared about whether I passed or not, was happy when I passed, always took his time for me. Sometimes we'd be driving and we'd end up going over the time, and he wouldn't even think to say, oh, this is an extra hour, or, we had the time that was set, and if we went over that, he would not be like how some instructors could be. He was fair. The car that he drives is very nice. It's very good to learn in. You've got a camera, for your reversing, etc. It's a very nice car to drive. I couldn't recommend him any more than what I am. He's a very good instructor. If anybody around the area is watching this, I've left the phone number and his contact details in the description. If you are in and around Essex, he's more from like Good Maze, sort of Ilfordy way, but he come down to me in Romford. So if you're around the area and you're looking for a driving instructor, the details are in the description. I highly recommend you give him a call, as he is a brilliant instructor and he will go out of his way to try and help you and make sure that you drive. Failing that, if you're not around the area, call Car Captain. They are good. Don't listen to the reviews. There are bits and bobs where, you know, they're not the best at. Like I say, getting through to them on the phone sometimes can be a pain, but they are there and they do help, and it isn't as bad as what the reviews make out it is. So yeah, this has been my Car Captain review. Again, if you are in and around the area in Essex, give the guy a call. His number is in the description, and he will help you. And leave a comment if you do call him, and let me know what you thought. Yeah, I can't recommend him any more than I am. Highly recommended. And this is from a real person on a Fortnite game. This is from a real person. This is a real review. And I passed first time. You know, I've never driven a car before. 20 hours. That's all I needed with this guy. 20 hours. You know, maybe could have even passed a little bit earlier. You know, maybe even 16 hours. I could have maybe passed. You know, but he was the backbone of my driving skill. He, you know, even when I was driving in the test with the examiner, I could hear in my head telling me things, what he told me, you know, what he taught me. And honestly, I can't thank him enough. So if you are watching this Abdul yourself, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I hope this video gets you a little bit more business, because you deserve it. Again, thank you. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.